Welcome to another episode coming at you from chooseyourrelationships.com, author of Love Can't Wait, which can be found on amazon.com. So today I have a special guest. She's a dating and communication specialist. She has an award-winning website. She helps men and women date and eventually meet the woman of their dreams. She has a podcast called The Milkman Show. My special guest today is Suzie, the Dating Diva. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
So, so where are you from?
I'm from Canada, from Ottawa, the capital of Canada.
Gotcha. So how long have you been doing this?
The dating specifically, a little over 10 years, but I've been helping people communicate better and personal development for over 20 years now.
Well, so how did you get started?
Well, I've always had a knack for taking complicated situations and making them simple. And I put that into after university. I started my own business, helping companies and people just market themselves better. And then when I started singledatingdiva.com, it was just talking about my own personal experiences dating, and it just kind of snowballed from there. And I was helping using kind of my previous knowledge in the dating realm and helping singles market themselves better and communicate better while they're on dates. So it just kind of one step led to the other, and it was just a lot of fun. So, and I enjoy working with singles and helping them kind of find the person of their dreams.
Gotcha. So, this episode was inspired because I heard one of your episodes that talked about the do's and don'ts of using social media. And you said something that was I guess you could say kind of contradicts some of my activities as far as
Okay.
using social media. You said you should never, correct me if I'm wrong, you should never use social media for dating.
Yeah, because you know what? It, I For me, social media is a social tool, and yes, it's a great place to connect with others. But dating apps are meant specifically for that. And what people put on social media isn't necessarily who they really are, or what they really want to portray to a date. And a lot of women take that negatively when someone tries to poke them on Facebook or wave, or try to sneak into their DMs. It's not taken in a positive way on the most part, because a lot of catfishers and people with negative intentions do that. And so automatically women have started to turn that off, and started to be turned off by it. So it's really not a good tool to reach out to people, unless the only time it really works is that if you were out and you met them somewhere and you just wanted to connect, or you were at a party and you're a friend of a friend, and you just want to reach out, and that's the easiest way to get a hold of them. So it's a good next step to connect to someone, but don't go looking for dates on social media. It doesn't work, especially LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a professional site, a professional place to find jobs and connect professionally with people. And that's one of the worst things you can do. And a lot of people do use it to
Yeah.
try and find, someone who's a little more affluent or whatever. And I've had clients who have had guys reach out to them via LinkedIn, and it just turn off. So if you want to really connect with women, social media isn't necessarily the way to do it, and sneaking into someone's DMs is really not a good idea.
Yeah.
speaking from a woman's perspective.
Yeah, I can see because if I'm on LinkedIn or if, maybe looking for a job or trying to make some I guess business connections, and and if and if you send me a message kind of asking me, hey, we should meet up for a drink, I'm like, huh? That's kind of you know, or if I'm on Facebook and I'm just, poking around, kind of leaving messages, trying to connect with my family, or just having fun, and you say, "Hey, we should we should go to dinner." You're like, "Oh yeah." So I get that. I get it. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, you want to when you're looking for love, you want to put your best foot forward.
yeah,
And doing that is not putting your best foot forward. It's a
no,
little creepy.
yeah,
So, it's better not to. It just kind of like, how did you find my Facebook account? Like, were you looking me up, or how are those types of
yeah,
things. So, it's
yeah,
not that's why if it's someone you don't already know or connected with, uh don't do it.
yeah. So let's talk about the do's and don'ts of
Okay.
using social media.
So, one thing I speak about a lot is that creeping your dates online. So you say you met someone on a dating app and you just want to look them up, Google them. Is it a good idea or not? That's a big thing. I work with my clients is establishing that sort of trust. And I've actually put out a question on social media to my followers of who actually creeps their dates before they go out to meet them, or who doesn't. And over 60% said they do. So,
Wow.
I mean, we're curious by nature. It's
Yeah.
who we are. And uh but it's the intention behind it that really matters. Like, if something feels off or you just want to confirm something, then yeah, okay, maybe look them up. I mean, I use my own example, that someone I was talking to, I met on a dating app. I Something felt weird by what he was saying, and I ended up Googling him, and I found his Facebook account, and he was married with a baby.
Wow.
So sometimes, you do need to just kind of that feeling you have,
Yeah.
just trust it, but don't make it a best practice, and don't make it something, because leave something to the imagination. And you want to get to know each other. You don't need to know everything about them before you go on your first date, and they don't need to know everything about you. The whole fun of dating is getting to know each other. And creeping someone online is really a bad idea. And plus, who knows? Like, they might not post the things that they want you to see right away. Um, Also, one thing about social media too is know what your digital footprint is. So Google yourself. That's what I always tell people. See what's public. See what people can see. Like, is there something that you don't want people to know, or you just want private for, until you get to know someone better, whatever. Just Google yourself and know what's public, especially if your Facebook account is public. What do you have out there? If your Instagram's public, anything. So it's important to know your own digital footprint as well. Those like on that front. On the actual social media, I mean, we talked about not sneaking into someone's DMs, and don't you not using social media as a dating tool. It should just kind of enhance your experience. And um there's this new trend of like adding each other to Instagram now, when you meet someone.
Oh
To
yeah.
me, I always say, don't add someone on social media, because until you're actually established and know where you stand with someone, because they're living their life and you're living your life. And if they're out with their friends and they take a bunch of like pictures that are going to make you insecure, or feel like, oh, are they dating other people? Like, maybe they are. Well, but at the same time, why are you looking? Like, why are you looking at their account? You shouldn't be even wondering, because until you actually are in a relationship with someone, it's not your business what they're doing, and who they're doing it with. So like manage your expectations and take those appropriate steps when they're appropriate, because with social media it feels like everybody is entitled to everybody's information, and that we need to share everything and we need to know everything. But I think we need to go back to our traditional dating, where we leave something to the imagination and we get to know someone over time. We don't need to know everything about them. This is extremely important because we've lost that whole, you know, mystery
Yeah.
and excitement, Everybody, gets physical really fast, and how about like building up that passion and excitement, and just we're missing that.
Those
It's
were the good old days.
good old days, like, oh wow, taking your time and getting to that point. Whereas now everything happens so quickly and then burns out so quickly. Like I always say, a saying I always have is like, a fire that burns too quickly, too hot, will burn out just as hot. So, and
Yeah.
that's what's happening in the dating world now. We've lost that slow burn, and we need to get back to it. We need to get that passion back and that interest back and that mystery back. And that's how you build a relationship with somebody. You build that on solid ground rather than just jumping in full force, you know?
Yeah, my mom used to tell me how people come in is how they leave.
Yeah. Your mom is very smart. You should listen to her. It's true. It's so true. And while it's fun to have that great chemistry and
Yeah.
that passion and that, but you know what? It's gone just as quickly. Like how many times do you have that and it lasts? It doesn't, because
Yeah.
most people who like that they like it a lot enough that they need it all the time.
Yeah.
So, and that's what I tell people, like, be careful of the love bombs and the people who are like way too excited in the beginning. Sure, it feels good. It's great
Yeah.
for your ego, but where's it going to go? You know?
Exactly. Yeah. So I always say, the relationships, it doesn't really start until you meet. You can chat all day and send emails back and forth online, but there's no such thing as an online relationship,
No.
really. I'm like, because people, I think a lot of people will chat. Well, first off, I'm gonna say some people online that use these sites, they have no intentions of meeting anybody. They'll sit there and send back and forth, hit likes,
Oh yeah.
send me, make memes all day long. So I always say, if you're really serious about this man or woman, you should get off the internet, get on the phone, or do a Skype or something. You
You know
know?
what I tell people? Someone who is really truly interested in having a relationship with you will want to seal the deal as quickly as possible, which means they will get off the phone in a matter of a couple weeks. Like, I mean, we all have busy lives and the pandemic and all that, stuff, but they will want to meet you in person within 2 weeks. If they by week 3, if you're still on this textationship where you're back and forth, have an amazing rapport online, but they're not meeting you in person, I would question that. Because what are they hiding? Why aren't they meeting you in person? Um, like men especially will want to get this woman like in front of them and seal that deal so no one else has her. Like, don't even think like I tell women all the time, oh, and they make excuses like, oh, he's busy, or no, no one is busy.
No.
If someone wants to talk to you, they'll talk to you. This is advice for men and women.
Yeah.
If someone says they're busy, then they're not putting you a priority. Yeah, okay, we're all busy, but they'll take time to send, hey, how's it going? Sorry, I couldn't respond right away. I
Yeah.
was doing something, but hey, let's meet up. Let's do this. Let's do that. Whatever. Someone who is interested in you will not want to lose you. And if they take 2 or 3 days, 4 days to get back to your hello text,
No.
yeah, there's an issue there. You're not a priority. You can send a hello. I don't care what. I mean, I dated some really important people who were like CEOs, people who had like very busy jobs.
Yeah.
And they always took the time when they were interested to send me a text to say, "Hey, how's it going? I'm having a crazy day, but I was thinking of you and I just wanted to send you a hello."
Yeah.
Like, that's not hard to do. Like, I don't
No.
care who you are and how busy you are. If you're the president, I don't care. You'll send a hello if you
Yeah.
want to send
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. We make time for the things that we care about or the things that we really want to do.
Exactly. And we shouldn't make excuses for other people who don't give us the time and who don't give us a priority. If you're dating someone, I'm not saying you have to talk to them all day, every day. It's not like, but at the same time, touching base is an important part of that. And meeting, especially if you've met in person already. If you haven't met in person, that's one thing, okay, it might take some time to get back to someone. It's not a priority. If you've gone on a date or two or three, I don't care who you are. Like, they should be actually respecting you enough to do
Yeah.
that. And you should have the self-respect to not accept anything less.
Yeah. And I always say the first date should not be at your house or her house.
Thank you
Please don't
very
do
much.
that.
You know what? A home date is sex. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you think, oh, we're just going to watch some TV or have dinner or I'm going to make dinner. Home date equals sex. I don't
Oh
care.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
even if it's not either of your intention,
Yeah.
one thing leads to another.
Yeah.
So, you know what? And that's number one. Number two, it's a safety thing too, whether you're
Yeah.
a man or a woman. It's you don't know this person. Like, you know what they've told you. Even if you've creeped them online, they could have made a whole personality. And I've seen that,
Yeah.
a whole personality, just so they could play their game and do what they need to do. And I've seen women and men um, be abused,
Yeah.
or even I've seen men be cornered and robbed,
Yeah.
um,
That
because
almost
they
that
went.
almost happened to me.
Yeah, see, it could happen to anyone. It could happen to anyone, and
Yeah.
I'm not victim blaming or shaming. I'm just telling people you are responsible for yourself.
Yeah.
Don't put yourself in situations that are going to put you in harm's way. you know, there are a lot of great people out there, but there are a lot of people with bad intentions, and those
Yeah.
people are the best talkers,
Oh
and they can convince you of anything. And you need to be careful. We trust who we meet online, and these are strangers.
yeah.
Like, as kids, we were like stranger danger. We're all stranger
Yeah.
danger. And we seem to forget that as adults. I'm
Yeah.
not saying be paranoid, but just be smart.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah. Yeah. But luckily, I knew the signs. Like, yeah, because this actually happens. I think this happens a lot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what happened.
Okay.
This is over 10 years ago. I was on Plenty of Fish, and you know, we sent emails back and forth for like 2 days, and we made plans. I think this was a Thursday, and we made plans for Friday at 7 o'clock. And I think the day the day of, she sent me an email and said, "Hey, forget about the plans. Hey, I got a hotel room at at the I think at the Hyatt Hotel. Just come over here, bring a bottle of wine. I'm like, uh, no, we no, we had plans for at 7 o'clock. That was a red flag.
Yeah.
That type of stuff. That scenario happens a lot, but you don't hear about it because people are embarrassed to talk about it.
Yeah, of course. You do exactly. When you fall for those types of things, it is embarrassing and you don't want to talk about it. But it's important that people do so that others are aware. And I've seen that happen a lot. Like, I mean, I work with a lot of singles, and you know, they've fallen into those traps. I had one actually person, they weren't a client of mine, but someone wrote me a letter about their brother who ha- this woman had reached out to him on Facebook, and basically told him everything he wanted to hear, and she was beautiful and all this stuff, and she kept making excuses why she couldn't meet him in person,
Yeah.
but she always needed money, and he kept sending her money.
Oh god.
And his brother was like, he couldn't take it anymore. He's like, I don't know what to do. He won't talk to me now because I keep telling him, you know, please, like, stop doing this. And this guy was blinded by love, and she told him everything he wanted to hear. And, you know, you have to be so careful. There's so many of those catfishers now, and they know who to reach out to because
Oh yeah.
they know, because of your search histories, they can tell what you've been doing. Just like Amazon or Facebook can know what you've been searching, other
Exactly.
people have that technology too. And so they know the lonely people. Like that, I tell people, never put your Facebook status as single, ever. Like, don't put it public single, because that's the first target.
Mm.
Second target are people who make complaints or talk in public groups about their single status or lonely status or whatever, who say the word lonely. Like, and then so they become targets to people from other countries who reach out and start, telling them what they want to hear, boosting their egos. And then one thing leads to another, and then, you're in love, and you're stuck. And then they start asking for money. They give you some sob story. Like, romance fraud is actually huge now.
Oh yeah.
And so many people give tens of thousands of dollars in money to these romance frauds, these scammers.
Yeah.
And they never, on the most part, they don't even meet these people in person.
No.
And a lot of these people are in like India or Africa, or, you know, and it's just, be careful. Like, why are you
Yeah.
and it keeps happening. And
Yeah.
I put it out there so many times, and the people still do it because they're lonely, and
Yep.
they want to hear these words. They want to hear, you're beautiful, or you're so handsome, or you're great, you're so smart, oh, you're exactly what I've been looking for. They boost your ego. And it's like, one politician here in Canada a few years back got scammed, romance scam, by a beautiful woman who turned out to be three guys from Nigeria.
Oh god.
you know so, like, and sometimes it's extortion too.
Yeah.
They get naked pictures from you, and then they use it against you.
Yeah.
And that happens a lot, and not necessarily people who are scamming you, but I always tell people, don't send pictures of yourself to anybody. Like, if you're texting back and forth, and you met someone online on a dating app, and they're like, send me more pictures of you. No, just
No.
meet me in person. You want to see me? Meet me in person. You
Right.
know, oh, send me a naked picture of yourself. Or they send a dick pic. Like, no,
Yeah,
no.
I don't understand that.
I can't even tell you how many of those I've received. Even in my email inbox from my website,
Yeah,
people have sent me. Like why?
I don't. I don't get it.
Don't send unsolicited dick pics. No one needs to see it. If you like to look at yourself, great. But if someone didn't ask you for it, don't send it. And nobody should send naked pictures, period. Unless you're in a committed relationship and you
Yeah,
do this with your partner, whatever. But be careful because you don't know what someone's going to do with that picture. I have a friend who gets pictures like and totally consent, but all the women he sleeps with, because like he's very promiscuous, he takes a picture of their vagina and like he has a gallery in his
oh
phone.
yeah, yeah. I know someone that's like that.
And you know what? He shows it to people.
Yeah,
He's like, "Do you want to see my?" I'm like, "No, I'm good, thanks."
yeah.
Like,
I
but
don't understand
here's
that
the
either.
you have no control over a picture that has been sent to someone else. You don't have control over the message you're sending. Like be careful. Like I'm not saying be paranoid, but just be
Yeah,
smart. You know? You don't know these people like and you don't know their intentions.
exactly. Yeah. So hey, I'm gonna respect your time. So if people wanted to work, where would they go?
Singledatingdiva.com. And I take all questions, free questions, confidential too. You can ask me anything, and I'm happy to help you out. And you can also work with me. I work one on one with singles to help them market themselves better.
So there you have it, another episode. The link will be found in the show notes. Tell me what you think below. Until next time, we out. Peace.